mind games. It's all in the spirit of the game. As we see the number 10 there, Michiels Lucrain, the captain from Brandwag, ready to lead his Chargers into a huge battle here in the penultimate game at the King Edward's Easter Rugby Festival. Just getting a look in there. It will be interesting to see how they go about it. Jeppe play a really fast-paced game, and now we get going through Michiels Lucrain, who puts it high in the sky. And it's a good take there from Brandwag. Good start to the game as they look to put Jeppe under some pressure. Crash ball in from Williams Lorraine. Early start as he steps off the left foot, going down the blind side. They put it on the foot once more. Early start to this game. Brandwag bringing the pressure into the Joburg side.
This is exactly what they need to do. Do not get intimidated by the aura of Jeppe. Be on the front foot. It's a very good start from Brandwag. And now they'll just have to defend this line out. You can see they're shaping up to compete. Let's see what's going to happen.
Short line out here for the two sides. Four-man line. Jeppe this time misses their mark, but they get possession back. As we see the big drive trying to exit the 22 to Jeppe. Manages to find that man Kutsia. He decides this time around not to put it onto a foot, but will come back here, says a referee, Lesego Lehuate. Of course, our team in the middle here, headed up by Lesego Lehuate. He'll be assisted by Daniel Mati, as well as Sean Mills, who was in charge of the game just before this one. They'll look to get this game under control nice and early as we see Talon Sitole with ball in hand. He was really good in the game against Queen College on Saturday. Such good decision-making from the gritty number 9. Good distribution. As the put-in Scooty gets ball out and manages to get it into midfield. Big fend-off just outside the 22. Opens up a gap. He goes again. It takes 4 men to bring him down here. It's a lovely run there. Physicality from Jeppe. It's a good step. He beats 1, beats 2. Lovely offload onto the left-hand side. He's got a man on his inside. This is going to be a foot race all the way to the line. Lovely break. And Jeppe boys put it away through that man, Luke Cannon. What a try by the Kensington side. It all started inside their 22. Good physicality, couple of fend-offs. And the big lock forward, Luke Cannon puts it over the whitewash. And what a start to this game, lads.
Luke Cannon is an absolute cannon, shooting for the stars, getting the try there. He's got some legs on him. That was extremely impressive. Jeppe High School for boys showing us their quality. This is what everyone was expecting and doing well to absorb the pressure early on from Brandwag. And they get that try. And there we go, of course. It was obvious. They're going to get this one through. Kutsia gets the conversion. And it is Jeppe leading by 7 points to 0.
Yeah, fantastic start to the game. As you see that man in screen, Matthew Kutsia, does he talk us through this replay?
Ooh, this was just too sweet. Oh my goodness. The hands from Jeppe High School. Look at the pace coming through from Leruo Tikhagiso. He was amazing. And then offloading off. You know, I look forward when you get a ball like that. It's like, oh man, this is Christmas for me. Getting the try right under the poles. Jeppe High School football for boys doing excellent.
Fantastic work here by the home side. Jeppe getting on the scoreboard and a little bit of contact in the air. Play on, says the referee. He's not going to bring them back. This is going to be a second try of the day for Jeppe. Both the crowd in absolute awe as Nathan Claassen goes over the whitewash. Play on, says referee Lechote. And Jeppe, all of a sudden, 12 points in the clear. Everyone had just stopped there, Loazi. Interesting bit of play, but Jeppe saying, no, we're not gonna stop until the whistle goes.
My jaw is still on the floor. I was very shocked by that, but well done to Jeppe, capitalizing on that opening and getting a really good try out of nowhere. Much of the applause of the spectators in attendance. And now it will be time for the conversion. Once again, pretty much in front of the poles. And indeed, no hesitation as the extras. And now Jeppe with a very comfortable lead thanks to that man there. Nathan Claassen getting the try. Conversion from Matthew Kutsia. Jeppe comfortably 14 points up but Brandwag need to try and hit back, hopefully.
Yeah, lovely start to the day here by Jeppe, and it makes such a difference when you've got a kicker who's absolutely on point. All of a sudden, this game starting to creep away from Brandwag early on in the game. So we see a lovely take just outside the 22. They've looked keen to run it, have Jeppe. Good pick up by Kutsia, and it's bashed in there. Pick and go down the left-hand side. It takes a couple of men to take down the big heavy, and it's a penalty to Brandwag. Lovely work in defense there. Holding on, finds himself slightly isolated from the pick and drive, and now Brandwag have an opportunity to get themselves in a really good position.
They will be really happy that they are trying to stay in this game. You don't want it to run away with you so early. Had a good start in that opening 2 to 3 minutes, and now they can come back. We see the decision is to go for poles. That's a wise decision. Just try to chip away.
Well, decision here just to chip away at the game. As we see the skipper, Michels Lucrain, he's going to look to get his team ever so closer to that Jeppe scoreline. He smashes that ball through the post, almost into the pavilion. And now Brandwag back into this game. 11 points is the game, 14-3 to the team from Kensington.
Jeppe High School for boys won't be shaken by that three-pointer. They are a very mature side. They will be looking to hit back and add more points, I'm sure. And they will see that man, Kutsia, restarts for us.
Puts it high into the air. Lovely pressure. Regain possession. Do Jeppe. Uncontested there from Brandwag as they keep it in with the forwards. Do Jeppe. Talent Sotole digging at the base of the ruck. Into Kutsia, who on the switchback back onto the inside. It takes 2 or 3 players to take him down. Scrum off duties here for the number 1, Andre Poulton. On the boot, can they retain it? It's a little bit scrappy there. Brandwag will come out with the ball, and just a little knock there, says the referee. And Jeppe all of a sudden with a scrum inside the 22. Good position to unleash that back line.
An excellent position indeed for Jeppe. I'm sure now they'll be trying to organize this attack and seeing what are they going to do. They have some lethal runners. We saw number 11, Ditagiso. He's excellent. And of course, on the right wing, we do have Lindelani Nkambule. So now it's on for Talent Sitole to launch this attack.
Well, obvious space here on the left-hand side is Sitole. Looks to find his number 10. Trying to crash it in through the middle. It does Nkambule. Just digging for it now. Zulu puts it onto his foot, and can they find a little bit of space in behind? It's a fantastic take there from Jeppe, and what a try. Unbelievable work here by Jeppe, turning what seemed to be nothing into something. Matthew Kutsia putting it onto a foot, and it's a lovely take in the air. It looks like the number 5, Luke Cannon. He scored another one. And what a fantastic take. Lovely drive to take on a couple of defenders. And that is just what we call something from nothing.
Matthew Kutsia showing his class. He's not just good at kicking for poles, also good at seeing the openings, creating something out of nothing, as you've said. That was excellent. And now look, Luke Cannon with 2 tries. We might have a lock forward getting a hat-trick in this game at this point.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got power, he's got speed, he's got hands. He'll deserve a hat-trick as we see the strike here from Matthew Kutsia this time round, just pulling it to the left-hand side, and the score remains at 19-3 to Jeppe High School for boys. They've scored 3 tantalizing tries here. Lwazi, talk us through this replay.
Oh my goodness, this was sublime from Jeppe High School. Wonderful collection from Luke Cannon, using his height and doing well just to dot it down, gets over the line, and Jeppe comfortable now, 19 points to 3.
Put high into the sky there for Lucrain. It's a lovely take, bit of contact, but play on, says the referee, and the offload from Braceora Cannon. Brandwag now opportunity through their number 10 to get upfield. Manages to find a little bit of grass. The chase is on here for Jeppe. Lovely step off the right foot. He takes another one off the left, and it's a good tackle being put in there by Brandwag. And a penalty there for offside, says the referee. Good bit of work there by Brandwag, just turning the defensive line of Jeppe around and putting them under a little bit of pressure.
Sanele Simelane giving us some great steps there. Some razzle-dazzle from him. Jeppe are such an exciting side. And now they do well with the penalty kick. Get towards the 10-meter line. And from this, they'll be looking to make sure that their set piece is well organized with the line out and see what else can come through. Of course, there we see the hooker, Bonga Ngumalo. He's ready with the throw.
A little bit of trickery as Ngumalo looks to hit his number 4 jumper. Off the top it comes, and now Kutsia with the opportunity to create something into midfield, and it's a lovely, what I would have thought, a layoff there. Just goes slightly forward, says referee Lochote. And Jeppe just showing us what they can do. Very direct in their approach. They love to run it, keeping ball in hand. Of course, through number 10, Matthew Kutsia, at the heart of all attacks. But they've been lethal in this first 10 minutes.
Brandwag will be breathing a sigh of relief after that and hoping that they can just recollect their thoughts and work back at this. Still lots of time to play. Now here we go.
Ball in, and they're going to look for a little bit of space down that right-hand side. Manages to find grass, and I'll tell you what, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fantastic kick from the number 10, the skipper, Michels Lukrain. Managing to find the 52 there. Oh, fantastic work, retaining possession.
I really like that. It's showing that Brandwag are not here just to make the numbers. They want to showcase their skills. Now they're in a great position.
Inside the 5-yard now go Brandwag. They've got an opportunity to maul or get a nice ball off the top. Brought down, and unfortunately just flinging it out there. Good opportunity for Brandwag. Execution just not quite there this time around.
The handling just letting them down a little bit. But hopefully they're able to work themselves back into this. But once again, it is Bonga Ngumalo who's going to launch this line out.
4 ball's good, and they're going to try find some space. Just open it up here. Off the right-hand side, lovely runners. We see a double offload, just not managing to get it under control, but it's a penalty for offside here, says the referee. And Jeppe just getting out of a sticky situation there. Opportunity now for Kutsia to pump the ball downfield and get his team some good territory here. Positive kick as it finds one of our cameras up top here. But it's a good kick, getting his side to the 50-yard line. And all of a sudden, Jeppe out of a bit of a sticky situation. What can they do from this line out?
Time will tell, but I'm sure with this excellent attack of Jeppe, they'll be able to just work some magic. And here we see from Ngumalo, throws it in, ends up in the hands of Jeppe.
Ball off the top, and it's a little bit of fumble. It's gone backwards, says the referee. Now still in with Jeppe, and it's a lovely step. Thinks about the offload, but this time round keeping ball in hand. Crash ball as the big heavies stumble their way over the Brandwag defense. And now keeping it nice and tight, and it's really getting physical here in midfield. Satole, short ball. Flat, says the referees. They've still got it. Driving and penalty here. Just saying, mitigating himself, creating a dangerous situation does Talent Satole, and Brandwag with the penalty in midfield.
With the scoreboard, I would imagine that Brandwag will be electing to go for the line. But it looks like they're going to go for poles instead.
Yeah, I think Brandwag probably just thinking that they haven't had too many opportunities against this Jeppe defense, so they'll be looking to make sure that this game doesn't run away from them too much, just chipping away at that score. It's a big kick here, Luazi. He's going to have to put his boot through this.
This is nearly 55 meters. If he can get them in, it's going to be excellent. This will be a big test. It is the number 7 Damien Leroux. He has got a huge opportunity here to try chip away at that lead. He's got the focus. Here comes the run up. And unfortunately, the wind blowing the ball off the kicking tee. And now he's a bit rushed. He kicks the ball. Will it make the distance? It looks like it's going short. No, doesn't make it. But A for effort.
Yeah, he's got a boot on him, does the number 7, Damien Leroux. But now Jeppe down the right-hand side, gets past one tackler. Still in field as Sithole digs for it at the bottom of the ruck. Struggling to get it out. And that will be offside. Just playing the number 9 there. Sithole is struggling to get it out the bottom of that ruck. Just getting tackled from the side there. Jeppe now with an opportunity to get further upfield here into Brandwag's half. We've seen that boot of Matthew Kutsia. He might, well, just get into the 22 here. Flirting with danger on that line. And it's a lovely kick there from the Jeppe number 10.
Matthew Kutsia is showing why he is so highly rated. His kicks have been excellent. His vision immaculate. And look at that now. Got his team into the great position on the field. And here comes Jeppe now.
Just having a word there with the hooker, Bonga Umalo. As we see a long ball, he's not quite managed to hit his jumper. Brandwag looking to create the angle now. Keeping it short, trying a little bit of trickery. Not the best of service there from the number 21, Kutsia. Box kick is good, puts Jeppe under a little bit of pressure. And it will be a penalty there to Brandwag for offside. And it's a lovely ball up into the air there by Eindrich Kutsia, just putting the Jeppe catchers under a little bit of pressure. And they'll regain possession there. Number 10, skipper Michaels Lucrain, looking to get as much distance on this one as possible.
That's a really good kick from the fly half. Gained some good territory for his team. And from this now, they'll be looking to launch their attack. Brandwag playing very bravely. And they'll need to do of that if they are to try and stay in this game. It's a big test for them against Jeppe.
Looks for that 6 ball. Lovely take from the air there. Jeppe just trying to regain possession. But just a penalty for offside going in Jeppe's direction. And Brandwag, unfortunately, just not managing to get the momentum they would want to. They need to get a try to really get back into this game. Unfortunately, execution for them at the moment, not quite what they would like. As we see Kutsia getting Jeppe back onto the halfway mark.
We're edging towards the 20-minute mark. It is Jeppe leading by 19 points to 3. And here comes Bonga Ngumalo. Hits the jumper, Nathan Clausen. And now Jeppe launching the attack. Good backline work that we're seeing here.
Brilliant work down the left-hand side. He's got a lot of space here and he's got support. He's going to go it alone. Steps off the left foot and it's a fantastic score there by Sanele Similani. Deciding that he doesn't need anyone on his left-hand side in a 1v1 situation. You'll back him every day of the week. And what a fantastic score here by Jeppe.
Similani did show us glimpses of this earlier on in his own 22, stepping some guys. And now this time round, he gets the desired result, getting a try. He did have a man on his outside, but he was like, nah, I'm going to go at this on my own. And his decision was justified. A really well-worked try. Jeppe High School for Boys in full control of this game currently.
Yeah, full control indeed. We've seen how good they have been this season and the momentum just carrying on as Kutsia looks to add 2 more points onto the scoreboard and just hits the upright this time round. Score remains at 24 points to 3 in favor of the Johannesburg side, and goodness have they been good this season.
You heard the growl from the crowd. It's not every day you see Matthew Kutsia missing a penalty or a conversion. but he'll bounce back, that's for sure. Now, as we see, that step once again. Oh my goodness, that slide. Eish, harder, brother. See you later.
Yeah, he had the support of Leroux de Tagiso, but deciding that he doesn't need it this time round as Simelane as he gets over for his first one of the day. Jeppe now restarting the attack. It's a lovely couple of steps, but he's still going. Chicken wing pass was on, deciding to keep possession. Does the number 13 Rashivaga. Still on attack, a little bit of a fumble. And the slight knock on there from Jeppe puts Brandwag in a really good position down the middle of the field, just outside the 22.
Brandwag should take confidence in this, the fact that Jeppe are capable of having some handling errors, but now it's going to be vital to make sure that you get something out of this. We do know the boot of Damien Leroux can come into play here, but let's see what's going to happen to the scrum.
Scrum down, middle of the park now. Ball comes out to the left-hand side, looking for a little bit of space. That looked a little bit flatter than it should have. Jeppe now coming back out with it. It's a couple of fens. As Kutsia gets an opportunity to put it onto the boot. And that one, unfortunately, going straight out, but we'll go back for the scrum down here. Just a little knock from Brandwag. Kutsia just kicking under scrum advantage.
There's also quite a lot of wind that we're experiencing here at Kez. We'll have to see if that plays a big factor in this match. But nonetheless, we are getting ready for the scrum to commence. The two packs are set up.
Just steadying the scrum here does Lesego Lehuate. Making sure that both teams have full stability here at scrum time. Jeppe looking like they want to launch an attack down the left-hand side. They've committed full numbers to that left-hand side. Now through Sitole, he bypasses Kutsia this time. Kutsia gets it on the second receiver, and they've got a little bit of space through Takatso. Big collision in midfield. Ball now in with the number 4, Leisha. Calls of holding there, and a penalty back to Jeppe. Really good position for them to get the ball upfield. But we've just seen how positive Jeppe have been going forward. Doesn't quite get the distance he would have wanted to, just outside the 22 here for Matthew Kutsia. They can attack from any part of the field. Managing just to bypass. A little bit scrappy as we see ball with Polton. Trying to drive his way towards the try line. Sitole. Now with Kutsia, just throws one past Rashivanga. Rashivanga with the step. And bundled out just inside their own 22 here, Brandwag. Well defended. We're starting to see our first real bit of sloppy play coming from the Jeppe side.
Jeppe not to lose focus in this game. They have a considerable lead, but still, Brandwag could surprise you. So they need to watch out for that. But really good defense from Brandwag, just trying to stay in the game. And we just saw those danger men. You can always count on them to come through. The likes of Sanele Simelane, number 15. He is so dangerous. But now it is the Brandwag line out.
Just a little bit too high there. Jeppe looking to steal. Deciding that they're going to fan out instead. Box kick from the number 21, André Kutsia. And now the Jeppe counter attack is on through Simelane. Manages to get it into midfield. They've got numbers, but the communication is not on. Well taken by Mjij. Quick ball once more from Sithole. Trying to come out with it. Down the open side does Sithole. Kutsia gets it in Tolton. Big drive, gets his team into the 22. Nice and short, Kutsia. Now he'll start the magic. It's been fumbled, but it's been fumbled backwards. Just a little bit sloppy, but they've got the penalty to Jeppe. All of a sudden, just starting to look like on defense, they're putting the Jeppe side under pressure. And this is what happens when you play such a fast pace, such a direct brand of rugby. When it looks good, it's really good. When it doesn't quite go so well, it looks a little bit bad.
Jeppe definitely have to try and tighten up there and not let these silly errors creep in too much, or else they will be shocked. And there we see the line out commences from Jeppe, and a really good maul that has resulted here. They're getting closer and closer. They're moving forward. Brandwag don't seem to be able to do anything about it currently.
Yeah, lovely step into the number 12 there for Jeppe Mongwana. They inches away, and Matthew Kutsia will go over the whitewash for his first try of the day. It's a well-worked try from Jeppe HS for boys, keeping the ball in with the forwards. And when they find a little bit of space and some mismatches, allowing that back line to attack the try line. And Matthew Kutsia, he can do no wrong today. Gets himself over the whitewash, and he'll attempt to convert his own try in the process.
That must feel really good for him. Not just good with the kicking tee, but also crossing over for the try line. And now we see he does, of course, add the extras. The flags go up, and Jeppe have a very comfortable lead.
Makes no mistake, does Matthew Kutsia. Gets the extra 2 points there from his side. Lovely try from Jeppe here. Just keeping it with the forwards, and when they find the opportunity, finding a little bit of space with the back line. And they make no mistake of it when they get that close to the try line. Brandwag just starting to find themselves, just starting to find this game slipping away from them.
And now we have the captain, Muchels, restarts for us. And the ball ends up in the hands of Jeppe. Good cover defense from Brandwag. But Jeppe still have the ball, and here they come, trying to bulldoze. Here's a breakthrough. The ball moving very nicely.
Brilliant work here. Now down the side here, Kamva with the ball. He's got pace. He's bundled out there on the sideline. Still in play as they enter the 22 now to Jeppe. Quick ball, Kutsia looks for the cross kick. Cross kick's good. Does he have the space? 2v1, he steps on the inside. Doesn't have the support he would have wanted to. And will come all the way back here for a penalty for Jeppe. Just kicking under the advantage. High shot, says the referee, Lohuate. And they've got all the tricks here, do Jeppe. They've got a good kicker, big forwards, really quick back line. And they don't mind a step. Kutsia in a really good position here. He'll look to make sure as he gets his team onto the 5-yard. They don't miss much when they get into this position, do Jeppe. They are so threatening on the 5-yard. Brandwag will have to defend here with everything they've got. Looks for the deep ball, and just a little bit skew there from Kumalu. And this time round, Brandwag coming out of that one unscathed.
Brandwag will be breathing a sigh of relief. After that, the pressure's been on. They are down by 31 points to 3. It's going to be a long way to go for them. We edge towards the 30-minute mark, which will be halftime. Brandwag will be looking to defend their line. And the scrum is good. It goes up.
Trying to find a bit of space, and a knock on there in a really bad position for Brandwag, and Jeppe now with the possession as Polton, a lovely little offload to brace scorer Luke Cannon. And will come back here. Last opportunity for both of these sides to get themselves onto the scoreboard. Scrum straight down the middle of the park. Jeppe not looking to split their back line. It's pretty obvious that they'll be attacking that right-hand side. They'll want to get one last score on the scoreboard here as we hear the hooter going off. It will be the last passage of play. Just stabilizing here. Brandwag, they'll need to defend. Jeppe looking to get onto the scoreboard. They've scored 4 tries as it is. Can they get their 5th of the half and carry this momentum going into the second half? It's a big scrum from Jeppe. They go down the right-hand side. Fend there from Mongwana. He's still going. Pumping the legs is Mongwana. Just outside the try line. Pick and go opportunity. He fends off the tackler. Doesn't quite put it down, and this will be the easiest try Andre Polton has scored in his high school career. It's a lovely work from the big number 1 there from Jeppe High School for boys. They just keep the ball in hands, and find a gap in the Brandwag defense. Lovely score there from Jeppe High School for boys.
Jeppe really exercised good patience there, wearing down the defense of Brandwag, and now they're reaping the rewards, getting that try. And now we see Matthew Kutsia. He's ready to get this conversion. He's had quite a number of them right in front of the poles. He'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, brilliant work here from Jeppe as the score up 36-3. It's been a really good effort here by the boys from Kensington. We'll have a little look at that try here. Keeping the ball in with their forwards. Tries to get it over the whitewash. It's well defended here. First time round from Brandwag. Just managing to push Jeppe forwards, but they keep driving forward and just finding the space there. Does Andre Polton. He gets his first try of the day. Loazi, final thoughts of the first half?
Jeppe have proven that they are worth their reputation. They have been excellent, but they just need to make sure with those handling errors they don't creep in too much. But nonetheless, it's been excellent from them. Brandwag will have a lot to do in the second half if they are to try and get anything out of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far away. 38-3 is the score, and we'll be back in a bit. and gentlemen, back to this encounter between Jeppe High School for boys and Hoërskool Brandwag. It's been an exciting first half filled with lots of running rugby and some interesting plays from both sides. 38-3 is the score. Rosie, what can we expect here in the second half?
Unfortunately for supporters of Hoërskool Brandwag, I think it's going to be more of the same. Jeppe High School for boys are just such a complete side, so well organized, and their general, Matthew Kunsia, is extremely good.
Away we go now, Brandwag, ball in hand. Lovely take out of the sky there, that one coming down with ice on it, but up to the task are the boys in black and white. As we see now the skipper trying to find a little bit of grass, doesn't manage to, and Simelane will look to make them pay. He finds Kutsia, who's been the start of most of the Jeppe attacks, in the middle of the park. Ball nice and short, try scorer there, Polton. Out to LaRue, they've got numbers on the outside, but not much space to work with. Just trying to secure it nice and short. It's a big bounce on the ground there from Jeppe. Really physical in this encounter. Kutsia manages the offload, still driving. Jeppe like a steam train at the moment, really hard to bring them down as brace scorer Cannon gets his team closer and closer to that 22. Bit of miscommunication there, and it will be a knock forward there, says the referee. Just getting in the way of Kutsia's pass there. Brandwag getting out of that situation.
Brandwag will be looking to make something out of this opportunity now. The scrum is vital early in the second half. They do have a sizable front row that they can try and count on to try and get themselves at least with 1 or 2 tries. That'll be good for their supporters, good for their morale as they end off this Kez Festival.
Yeah, and that front row at the moment, Polton, Kumalo, as well as Joseph Zulu. Some fresh legs being brought on there by Zulu. He'll look to make an impact at scrum time. Into midfield. Can they turn the Jeppe defense around? They can't, as he looks to hoof this one. He'll be calling for it to sit. But unfortunately, that's not the case. A little bit of a mistake there from Jeppe. Is more than happy to slow this one down, not allowing Jeppe to play at that electrifying pace that they love to play at. Now, Simelane fields it downtown, looking to launch the attack. He steps off the left foot, he beats a tackler, beats a couple, and it's a lovely offload here to the number 12. This is going to be another Jeppe enterprising try, as we see Elisha going over the whitewash once more. It was well created there from Sanele Simelane. He managed to find Mangwa, offloading to the big number 4, Lagan Leisha, and Jeppe just creating once again something out of nothing.
Leisha doing very well to finish off that move, gets himself on the try scorers list. I was low-key hoping that he would have passed to that man, Luke Cannon, so that he can get a hat-trick, but there's still lots of time for that.
Yeah, plenty of rugby to be played in this game. Only 3 minutes into this half. As we see Kutsia, he hasn't missed much today. He lines it up, and you'll see the flags there going up from the 2 ARs, Daniel Matei and Sean Mills. Really good piece of rugby here from Jeppe. They just managed to find any opportunity, and talk us through this replay.
Just look at that. That man, Simelane, he is so good with those steps. He has such skill, and he did well to create that try from his half. And then eventually it gets to the forward's hands. And there we see both locks of Jeppe have scored tries now. And Brandwag, it's not looking too great for them currently. Down 45 points to 3.
Well, Leisha deciding whatever Cannon can do, I can do better. You'll be trying to get back onto the scoreboard again. Yeah, does the number 4 Leisha. As Jeppe in midfield, deciding to bash it up. It's a lovely offload there in the tackle. Jeppe will have the penalty here just outside their 22, and Brandwag just making far too many mistakes here. against the side that has such a good kicker, you've got to hold your discipline. And making sure here does Kutsia. We'll see a couple of substitutes here making their way onto the park. Does the number 2 Denovan Skippers, looking to add some fresh legs to this Brandwag side. Looks like Zulu has taken over throwing duties in the line out. He manages to find Claessens. Now, ball with the back line once more. Mongwana, creator of the first try. He shrugs off a tackle, and it's that man, Mongwana. He'll go it by himself. Macmillan Mongwana shrugs off one tackle, and the boys got speed, the boys got power, and he's got the execution to get another 5 points for his side.
50 up for Jeppe High School for boys. It's been an excellent display from them. Very clinical side this. And now, of course, Kutsia is going to add the extras. But excellent stuff that we just saw from these gents. Mongwana, excellent.
You just do not make mistakes against this Jeppe side. Same goes with space. You cannot give them space. We've seen their backline breaking so many lines. Their forwards are such good ball carriers, such skillful players. And they've got a kicker to boast as Kutsia puts this one straight down the middle of the poles to take the score to 52-3 to Jeppe High School.
Let's take a look at that replay once more. Jeppe are just so good. Look at that, just breaking through, slicing through the defense of Brandwag. A little handoff from Mongwana, showing his pace. Nobody can catch him. Gets the try, slides over. Much to the delight of his teammates. Jeppe are just unstoppable right now.
Unstoppable is the key word here. They've just looked so good with ball in hand. Every time they get it, you feel like there's an opportunity to score. Now, off the right foot, it's a lovely step there inside his own 22 from Similani. Quick ball out to Kutsia. He might well find a bit of grass here. It's well fielded downtown from Captain Lucraine. Game of ping pong here between the two sides. Similani. Good step onto the inside. Shouts of holding from the side. Referee having none of that. Lovely little pop. Try scorer Polton. Offloads in the tackle. Good strength here from the Jeppe forwards. Little show and go and steps onto the inside. Beats a third tackler. He's straight through here. Got to the opportunity. Rashivanga. Remember that name, ladies and gentlemen. He's beaten 4 players. Goes underneath the post untouched. Does Kutatso Rashivanga. And you mentioned they were unstoppable. Every time they get the ball, they look so good to Jeppe.
I need to take out a dictionary because I'm running out of words. Unstoppable, immaculate, incredible. That is Jeppe High School for boys currently. They are just on another level. Unbelievable stuff. And now, of course, Kutsia is just having a practice day, essentially. Most of his kicks have been in front of the poles. Jeppe are playing so well right now, and they lead by 59 points to 3. It is quite an emphatic scoreline with still lots more time to go.
Goodness gracious, it's a lovely piece of rugby. You see Kutatso Rashivanga beats 1, beats 2, beats 3, and after that, you give this man space, he'll beat a 4th just for good measures. And he'll take it over the whitewash. A lovely feat there by the man in the pink boots. Kutatso Rashivanga, goodness, what a score. Brandwag, they've got to pick their heads up as we see try scorer Rashivanga fielding it just outside the 22. Kutsia not looking to kick it, they don't mind it. A lovely offload in the tackle there by Polton. Good run and it's well defended on the halfway mark. Bit of a juggle from the big forward. He offloads it to Bolton. Where's this man come from? And oh my goodness gracious me. Ozzy, where's the dictionary? I've got nothing left in me as well.
We are open for sponsorships, you know. But wow, everyone in JP is having a field day currently, from the front row to the locks to the back line. I know, JP, you guys are on fire right now. Brandwag need to try and do something, though, to pull themselves towards themselves and maybe stop this leak that is happening, because there's going to be more tries before this is all over if it carries on this way.
Oh my goodness, just when you think the backline players are some of the most skillful players on the field, the forwards say, we've got something to do with this game as well. Lovely work there by Andre Bolton. Just managing a couple of offloads and the tackles. He gets back up just in time to support his fellow forwards. And it's just an absolute display of rugby here from Jeppe High School for boys. They're not done yet. 10 minutes into this half. There's still 20 minutes of rugby to be played here. And they're going to want to make it a long day here for Brandwag. As we see on the ball now, Brandwag looking for space and ball working favorably there for Brandwag. Simelane trying to evade a couple of tacklers. Steps on the inside. Does the number 11, Ditakat. Penalty to Brandwag. Oh, Joseph Zulu. He would have wanted that not to be a penalty. Just going through the tackler does the number 17 from Jeppe.
Much of the applause of the Kes boys who are watching. Some banter going on here, some battles. But a moral victory, you could say, for Brandwag. And with that, they decide to go for poles. And I believe with the mindset of just making the scoreline somewhat more respectable. That's the only thing I can think of, really, that would motivate this. But now let's see, will this kick be a success? It has to be, surely. The kick is made by Muchels. It goes the distance, but the accuracy not 100%. And the scoreline still remains at 59-3 in favor of Jeppe.
Yeah, well, he's got a serious boot on. He does captain Ukraine, but unfortunately, you've got to have the direction. Just trying to eat away at that scorecard. As you mentioned, try and make it look a little bit more respectable. But you got to get it through the sticks to make that happen. As we see back underway, bit of grass. They underestimated how far Kutsia could drop kick it. Back inside their 22, and Ukraine this time makes sure, pumps it into the Kes spectators. They won't be able to play it quickly, will Jeppe. But they just need to pull themselves toward themselves to Brandwag. Still lots of rugby to be played. They can't afford to give up quite yet. But the Jeppe boys, they look hungry to play. Putting on a bit of a show for the Kes spectators. Ball off the top. He manages to slice through there like butter. Does the number 8, Koza. Quick ball now from Jeppe. Just fumbles it. Not quite the distribution he would have wanted there on the blind side. Trying to catch Brandwag. Just off guard. And they look like they're up for it. Chasing 100 here are Jeppe.
I think at this point, Jeppe are trying to lay down the mark for the rest of the season, to let everybody know that the Grey College victory was not just a flash in the pan. We are here to stay. We want to be the premier team on the country. And Jeppe have that capability right now.
Yeah, the way they're going, they're probably looking like the best side in Joburg at the moment. And as you mentioned, it's not just about Joburg. They'll be looking to state their claim as the best team, or one of the best teams at least, in the country. As we see Brandwag. Ukraine looks for grass and he's kicked it to the counter-attack machine. Simelane bounces nearly favorable for him. Doesn't quite manage to collect it. And a double knock there, says the referee. Ball will go right back to the boys in black. And I'll tell you, we'll see a little bit of a change in the pace here as we see the number 9 talent Satole back on the park. Such a talisman, gets to the bottom of the ruck so quickly and gives such good distribution to Matthew Kutsia to launch his back line. Steadying the scrum here does referee Lesego Legwete. Some serious units in that front row, trying to assert their dominance on the opposition. Brandwag gets it out to Michels. In midfield, it's a loop around, and Talisman Michels will fling it out to the right-hand side. There's lovely pace. Jeppe will need to defend here. Shot looked a little bit high, but still with the ball of Brandwag. Keeps it nice and short. Distribution not what they would have wanted to. Good run there by the vice-captain Heymans. Penalty now to Brandwag. They'll want to gain a little bit of momentum. We've seen them kicking when they had the opportunities. And I'm not sure if that was the right option, because now Jeppe, they can really counter-attack. Don't need to be told twice as we see Talent Sithole. Big mismatch in the middle of the park there as he takes on Denovan Skippers. Quick ball as Kutsia flings it out to the right-hand side, steps onto the inside. Lovely fend off. Trying to play it quickly, tempting the rip. And they'll just force him out there. Good defense there from Brandwag.
Brandwag will take confidence from that. They're not going to back down. No matter what the scoreline looks like, they have really tried their best. There's still so much more work to be done. Just over 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, plenty of rugby still to be played here. And of course, this isn't the last one. Next game on our field here, Bishops up against the home side, King Edwards. That promises to be an absolute thriller. As we see Brandwag maintaining possession here. Not quite managing the steal did Jeppe. And it's going to be a tasty fixture up on our screens next year. The boys all the way from Cape Town up against the Houghton Bay side. Bishops up against King Edwards. Match that you normally wouldn't see, but brought to you here by the Cares Easter Rugby Festival, bringing clashes that you won't see normally in the season to life right here on 216 and on the SuperSport Schools app. It's a short arm penalty there to Brandwag. Takes it quickly, does Roman Luwane. He needs the support. Out comes Denovan Skippers. And a penalty to Brandwag.
Now I really want to see, are they going to go for poles here or going to go for the line? Looks like they're going to go for the line. They've realized, what's the communication here? Okay. They're going to go for the poles one more time.
It's an interesting call for me. I feel like you want to play the game, but yeah, I suppose, like you said, they want to make the score as respectable as possible. But rather get over the whitewash, score the try, Loaz.
I think that's something that Coach Heine Erasmus, as well as William Travel, will need to have a chat about, because, you know, you need the confidence boost. You know, you should be able to back yourself. Even if the scoreboard looks the way it looks, guys, let's give it a go. Come on, you know, let's push, let's work on our maul. Let's see what we need to fix. But instead, they're going for this. Let's see, hopefully it results in something. The kick is making the distance and goes over the line. So at least something for the Brandwag supporters to applaud.
Yeah, it's a lovely strike there by the captain, Michels Lukrane. He's got a serious boot on him. He's got a good 50, 55 meters on him. Just hasn't had his compass out here today. But that one slotting it straight through the upright from all the way downtown. And he manages to get his side up. 6 points now. 59-6 is the score. As we see the restart once again, well fielded there by the number 8, Nicholas Teus. Good step into midfield. Now through Lulaine Williams. Driving all the way through the Standard Bank badge. Jeppe defending with everything they got. They'll want to go without conceding a try in this game, and it's another penalty to Brandwag. looking to gain some misses touch this time, and the kicking just not going favorably here for Ukraine as Similani. With the offload, a bit of a hospital pass, but really working well there now. Talent Sitole. Lovely offload in the challenge, and it's a big hit all the way into the King Edward supporters.
That is the fire that we want to see from Brandwag. Not going down without a fight. Some thumping tackles that are getting in there. You would imagine at this point in time, the fatigue has really kicked in, but instead, no, something is coming up. It's being stirred up. Really good from Brandwag.
10 minutes left in this game, and Brandwag starting to wake up. Just making sure Jeppe know that they're still in this game. Good line out. Now into Ukraine. He goes nice and short into Williams. Lovely pickup. Heymans. Bit of a miscommunication, but Ukraine decides to go down the blind side, puts it onto the foot, and does the bounce work out for them? It really does. Big collision on the right-hand side, and now Brandwag. They want a try of their own. Lovely drive there from Fraser. Going short, keeping it in with the back, with the forwards. Penalty to Brandwag. Now starting to get a little bit of momentum to the team from Utenaig. Getting ever so close to that try line. Will come back for the scrum down on the 5-yard. All of a sudden waking up, Heymans driving towards the line.
This is really exciting stuff from Brandwag. Finally coming back into this and showing that they are capable of being in the fight. Some good carries we saw. And they are in a very ideal position on the field, on the 5-meter line. And they'll be hoping to convert all this possession into more points.
Exactly that. As we see the 8-9 break here, it's off to Ukraine. Ukraine not finding the space he would have wanted to. Luwain keeps it short with the forwards. Roman Luwain finds Williams. Williams taking a hit just outside the 5-yard. This time, Skeepers. And it's a little bit of a knock in contact there. Jeppe defending so well just on their 5-yard.
Jeppe really doing well indeed. And they will be backing themselves that they'll be able to get out of their half. And maybe still there is time to chase. Maybe not 100 at this point, but you could get to 80.
Yeah, it must be said, Brandwag have defended well. About 10 minutes ago, we were talking about a possible 180 on the cards, and they've just had absolutely none of it. Coming into this game, late on in the game, defending really well, and not allowing Jeppe to run away with it, as we see a big hit being put in there on the 5-yard. Big hit there by Mongwana. Backwards, says the referee. Looking for the angle. It's a big drive there from Ngambula. Ball stuck at the bottom of the ruck. Sitole finds Kutsia, and they decide to do the right thing here and just find as much possession as possible. He gets his team all the way up to the halfway mark, and that's a fantastic exit from the Jeppe number 10.
Kutsia definitely deserves all the applause for controlling the game well, doing the basics right. And now it will be a line out for Brandwag, who will try to launch another attack.
Good line out. Off to Luwain, who tries to find Heymans. He's been running so well in this game. But now Jeppe with that infamous counter. Lovely work in there to the number 12, Mongwana. Still driving as he enters the Brandwag half. Sitole trying to release the big forwards. And it's a penalty to Brandwag. Lovely defense there. Just as Jeppe are looking to gain a little bit of momentum, Brandwag defending really well there. As we see an injury on the field here, medics attending to him pretty quickly. Just making sure that he's all right, something that we don't like to see. As we see the Jeppe boys here. Replay here of that little bit of play, and we see Mongwana, he's been so good whilst he carries the ball, driving through a couple of tackles. He's got the support he needed.
He's been one of the most impressive players on this Jeppe outfit. They have so many quality players, and these are going to be the players we have to watch for the future. It is their time to shine, of course, here in Super Sports Schools, where you can watch your future Olympians and World Cup winners. We also want to just thank all our supporters. We have over 745,000 app subscribers. This would not be possible without you, so we want to say thank you very much for that.
Break and players. We see the injured player being attended to. I can happily tell you he's walked off the field, which is good to see. Decides this time to find a little bit of grass off the penalty. It's a big chase here. Brandwag just getting stepped by the ball. Best opportunity for them in this game. Brainkies just not managing to get past the Jeppe defense. Luwayne finds Heymans. It's big pass there from Skeepers, and it's gone forward. I think we could tell from here that he's just flung that one forward. But just now starting to come into this game. Luwayne Roman, he's brought some electricity to this Brandwag side, the number 9 from Brandwag. We've also seen Vice-Captain Remy Heymans just getting his charges going here in the final quarter of this game.
There are definitely some positives that Brandwag can take out of this game, and hopefully they can improve. And from what they've learned in this festival, they can apply for the rest of their season.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, this festival at the beginning of the season, nice little pre-season fixture for all of these teams, playing some of their hardest rugby within these festivals. So they'll be looking to go back into the season nice and positively against some of their local rivals down in the Eastern Cape and Johannesburg, respectively. As we see, Sitole finds Kutsia once more. That combination has been deadly. And now Rashivanga down the left-hand side puts it on a boot. Well worked here by Roman. And we'll go back, says the referee, just for a forward pass there. You can't be making forward passes in that position. And now all of a sudden Brandwag, they find themselves defending inside their half.
And now we're just preparing for the scrum that is going to commence. The final 3 minutes of this game. It has been all Jeppe. They have been a complete side, doing so well. And now they'll be looking to wrap things up. But I must say, Brandwag have done well to try hang in there. There's been glimpses of a spark.
Yeah, a couple of substitutions being made here. Yanu Gerber makes his way onto the park, as well as Nathan Fraser, the number 3 and number 6 respectively for Brandwag. Just going to try and inject a little bit more energy into this game. Of course, starting the game, being taken off and coming on now for the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game. Brandwag with a little bit of momentum. They'll want their stronger side on the pitch now to try and penetrate through this Jeppe side as Sitole once more. Rashivanga electrifying on attack. He steps through a couple. He tries to get it down to Ngamule and just throwing the ball out there. Jeppe once again looking to attack, but execution this time round just not there.
We are in the final minute of this game now. It has been all Jeppe. They have done so well. But Brandwag might just have the last say. Maybe there's still a bit of energy left to get a try. They will have a long way to go if that's the case.
Skippers, lovely put in as Roman bypasses Lucraine. Crashed up just inside the 22. Roman gets it into Skeppers. Trying to get some clean ball there. Ukraine will put this deep downfield, and that was nearly a lovely clearance. Big step off the right foot there. As we hear the final hooter. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be all she wrote. It was a lovely game here between Jeppe High School for boys and Brandwag. Rosie, give us your final thoughts on the game.
Jeppe are one of the best teams in the country. That is what they approved this game. But congratulations to Brandwag. They really gave it their all as well. They tried. But in the end, Jeppe, emphatic winners, 59 points to 6. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, fantastic game here between these two sides. Jeppe dominant in their 59-6 defeat of Brandwag. Of course, that's not all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we've got King Edward's, the home side, up against Bishops, all the way from Cape Town. That is going to be a nail-biting encounter here at the final game of the King Edward's Easter Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Don't go too far away. We'll be back in a little bit.